Hi, everybody. I just want to do a quick video real quick. Um, I realize that some of you might need a little bit of help with figuring out how to upload your submissions to the class page. Um, so I'm going to show you how to do that through Google Docs if that's what you're using, and also Word. Um, so let me go into the class page. This is our class. This is the student view, so this is how things should look for you. Okay. Reminder that the assignment you have to turn in is the outlining assignment. So it's right below the syllabus quiz. You click on it, um, view instructions here on the right hand side. You'll see the document. And then you'll see I've typed out the instructions, but some of you visually seeing it might help. Now, as a reminder, you just need to fill out your responses to 3.6. Again, it's asking you, the prompts are asking you to draft elements of your essay. Keep in mind, you're drafting, okay? So it doesn't have to be perfect. It is okay to, as you're writing this out, you don't have to do it in a linear fashion. You can start, you can skip the hook, for instance, and you can start with developing the, sorry, my mouse is not working very well. You can start with the rising action. Um, the following action, you can kind of move around as you're drafting. You don't have to move through this in a linear manner if it's not helping you to do it. So anyways, this is the assignment. This is where you'll submit your response. You'll see the submission here at the bottom. Now, if you're typing your answers or your draft here in a Word document, what you would do is you would save this document, call it outline or whatever. Typically, it helps me to save the document onto the desktop so that I can find it. But if you have a different way of doing that, that's easier, it's fine. Now, to upload to this Dropbox, you want to hit the attachment link. Looks like a little paper clip. It's going to bring you to all your documents. I titled it Outline. You find your document, you insert it, hit save. You can change the name of it if you want, but hit save. Um, and then you will be given the option to submit. I'm not going to hit submit because I don't want to submit anything. Once you hit submit, you should get an email to your inbox that says that you've successfully loaded or submitted an assignment to the Dropbox. If you don't get that email, you may have done something wrong, so make sure you go back and double check, okay? So that's if you're using Word. Um, if you are using Google Docs, please lock in and pay attention for a sec, okay? So this is Google Docs. What you'll want to do is go to the file and you can hit the share tab right below under make a copy, hit share with others, um, change the name of it. Now, super important. If you are sharing this, but it's restricted, I will not be able to open this link. Now, let me tell y'all, I literally have hundreds of students, and having to ask a multitude of students to make a document available, it's a bit time consuming. So please help me having to prevent doing that. And instead of having this Google Doc be restricted, anyone with the link can access it. Okay. Make sure that you do that. Also helpful to set the role anybody with the link can comment on it. What this means is that I can, in this document, leave you comments. Okay. If you don't do that, I'm going to have to take another step of downloading this into Word so that I can leave you comments. So make sure you have it set to anybody with the link can be a commenter. Copy this link and then just plop it in here. Okay. And hit submit. Again, if you don't get an email, it means that you haven't submitted the link correctly. So make sure you're taking those steps, you're hitting the submission button, you're looking for that email, etc. So that's the one assignment you have to do. And then the second thing I want to remind you is that you do have a course reading. Okay. So I want to show you where that is. It is the Lamont Shitty First Drafts. Okay. Now, as a reminder, this is the reading. Okay. It's not super long. Okay. What I would suggest in order to facilitate your understanding of the reading, and we did this a bit in the workshop, is take it paragraph by paragraph. Once you finish a paragraph, maybe take a couple of notes. What is Lamont saying in this paragraph? What seems to be her argument? Move on to the second paragraph, take some notes, okay? Otherwise, you might just read this essay and not fully comprehend what it is Lamont has said. So take notes as you read. Now, as a reminder, all of the out of class readings that you do that I assign to you throughout the semester, there will be an in class written response that you have to complete in the next class, okay? These are written responses that do have a point value attached to them. And I scaffold those assignments. So what that means is that I've said this in class, but I just want to reiterate. What it means is at the start of the semester, you can reference the essay and your notes as you're responding to the questions. Okay, so when you come into class on Tuesday, you will be able to access this essay and your notes as you answer. But as we move throughout the semester, that's going to no longer be an option, and you're going to just be able to or have to use your understanding and your memory of the reading to answer the questions, okay? But that's not the case on Tuesday. On Tuesday, you'll be able to bring in notes, etc. So again, this is the Shitty First Drafts essay that you have to read. It's a really, I think, helpful essay when you're thinking about drafting your outlines and how actually drafting is a natural and inherent process of uh, the writing experience, and that it is totally okay if your outline is a little rough, is a first draft, and needs to be improved. The point here is to just try to get your ideas out, try to think about what you want to write and how you want to write it so that you have some content that you'll eventually build on, change, reorganize, and improve. Okay. Um, that's it. I'm looking forward to seeing y'all on Tuesday. I hope that this is helpful. Please send me an email if you have any questions. Okay.